Hey folks, hope you're all doing well and happy Saturday night. So it's another time in the month that I got a free weekend and I can do a live stream, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this thing. So there's some gear talk that's going to happen too. So feel free to throw in your gear. If you got any stories or any questions, feel free to throw that in. We got Mitch Heyman in here. Hey Mitch, how you doing? Mr. Music, welcome from Southern California. Must be nice and toasty down there right about now, eh? And Papa Blue, how's it going, man? Hope you guys are doing well. Russ Markart, how are you? Jeff K, how's it going, guys? Welcome, everybody. Yeah, hopefully everybody's having a pretty good weekend so far. It's been today was an overcast day, but it was still kind of warm. We had a barbecue. I don't know if you folks know this, but I'm a big avid cigar guy, and I got a buddy who owns a cigar shop, and he had a barbecue today, kind of a customer appreciation thing. So spent most of the afternoon sitting outside with a bunch of buddies smoking, and there's no better way to spend a Saturday afternoon, I'll tell you. Yeah, so I should mention, so what you're hearing is this, and I'm not using any effects, nothing fancy. I am literally going straight into my Friedman Runt 20, and that's just the Runt 20 is just coming out of the torpedo captor, and it's going into my box here, so there's no fancy effects. You're literally listening to the Friedman, and it just sounds fucking amazing. Especially with this. Just sounds fantastic. Yeah, so let me know if you guys got any gear stuff you want to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about this thing and sort of what precipitated this from happening. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this guitar at all. Let me know if you are. It's been making the rounds last few years. A lot of reviews about it and a lot of talk about it. And you know what? I mean, I got hooked. I got hooked on it, and it's one of these, when there's guitars that you keep seeing sort of popping up, and you don't get a chance to play it. I had to order this in so that I could try it. Hey, Dwight, how are you, man? Yes, Mitch, yes. Sounds great. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, so again, all you're hearing is that's the Friedman. I don't want to play too much AC/DC because I know they played already 2 AC/DC riffs. I can't play anymore. I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, well, let's talk about this. Let's wait for a few more people to show up, but I'll talk about this. So if you can see the headstock, it says Schecter. So what's crazy is if you're familiar with Schecter at all, it's sort of like the guitar brand for heavy metal, right? And it's like all their names are like the Omen, the Diablo, or I don't know. It's all this like death metal kind of names to these guitars. And then funny enough, they make this thing, right, which is basically a Strat. And this is specifically this is the Nick Johnston signature model, right? So there's a guy named Nick Johnston. If you haven't heard of Nick Johnston, you should check him out. He's a phenomenal guitar player, Canadian guy, right? And he put out this guitar. This guitar's been out now, I think, probably like 5 or 6 years, and it's his signature model. But what's nice about it is it's a signature model. Hey, searching for tone, how are you? But if I didn't tell you it was a signature model, you wouldn't know because his name is not on here at all. So what he does, which is very smart, is he puts his name. It's engraved. I can't turn it around right now, but it's engraved on the back of the headstock. So, so I didn't buy this because I'm a huge Nick Johnston fan. I mean, he's a phenomenal guitar player and all that. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like I own any of his CDs or whatever. Like, I just know him as being a phenomenal player, but that's not why I bought this. I mean, and most people that buy this guitar don't even know who the hell he is. The guitars are like more popular than he is. I know it sounds funny, but it's true, right? So, yeah. So this thing, I mean, I've seen this so many times on, gear pages and guys doing reviews of it and this and that. I mean, there's a couple versions of it. You can get the 3 singles. I like the single hum. And nobody carries these things, at least not here. They're like kind of hard to find, right? So you basically have to order one in to try one. So that's what I did. I ordered one in, and I said, you know what? If I like this thing, I'll swap my Fender Player 2 for it. So, and I did a video. I had a Player 2, and I did review of it and everything. And I mean, I got nothing bad to say about it. It's fantastic. It's it's a really great instrument. It's a huge improvement over the original player, which I own one of those, and it was absolute garbage. But the Player 2 is really good. I actually traded in a Pro 2 for a Player 2. So you're going from USA made to Mexican, and I actually like the Mexican better. I know it's sacrilege, whatever, but I like the Mexican better. So I got the Pro 2, and the Pro 2 was really great, and I actually did a gig with it. So and no problem, right? Stays in tune, plays fine, and everything else is great, right? The only thing, the trem isn't that great on it, right? But if you just want to play it as a set, like a set bridge, you don't want to do any whammy stuff, it's fine. So anyway, so then this came, again, this was on the kept coming up, and I really like the white. I don't know. I guess it's a Jimi Hendrix thing, but I really like the look of a white Strat, right? And it's got kind of a little like slight minty green pickguard on it, but still relatively white. Really like that. So I looked up the specs on this thing. And keep in mind that in Canada, this is basically the same amount of money as the Mexican Player 2, right? Same value, right? So ordered one in, and I said because I have a buddy, unfortunately, well, he's a good friend, but unfortunately he works for a music store, so it's easy for me to get stuff, which makes my life hard, right? Because I'm a sucker for guitars, obviously. That's why the channel's called Guitar Hack. Anyways, I got him to order one in, and I said if I like that better, I'm gonna bring in the Player 2. So that's exactly what I did. I brought the Player 2 in. This came in on yesterday. Came in Friday, and he had set it up and came with 10s. He put 9s on it, and he set it up for me. And this thing is just amazing. I mean, it's Indonesian made. It's not Mexican. It's Indonesian made. But you know what? The fretwork is perfect on it. Got a roasted maple neck on it. This is the first ebony fretboard I've ever played in my entire life. I've never owned anything with an ebony fretboard, and this has an ebony fretboard. It's got locking tuners on it. Okay. Like you're getting a shit ton of guitar for, you know, the same amount of money as a Mexican player too, right? So because it's got the locking tuners, this trem is actually usable. Right? Like I wouldn't do a Floyd Rose thing on it, but man, it holds tunes pretty well. Got a Hagstrom Viking 2 Elvis reissue made in China, expensive, new, over $1,000. I got mine in Sunburst, used with a coil split for $399. I am an Elvis fan. I've never heard of that guitar. Hagstrom Viking 2. I've never heard of that. There's another company that Hagstrom that dude, I wouldn't even know. I don't know if anybody carries Hagstrom. That's another one of those brands, right? You know, I mean my music chain up here is not Guitar Center. I'm in Canada. It's Law McQuaid. They carry Schecters. So I was able to get this as a result of that. But yeah, like Hagstrom, I don't know. I don't think they carry Hagstrom. I don't think I've ever seen a Hagstrom in a store. In that chain, I'm sure the smaller shops might carry it. But yeah, it's a hell of a deal, man. Hell of a deal. Yeah, so I did sacrifice something for this, along with the Player 2, which covered the cost of it, really. But I hate to say it, but I got rid of one of my guitars. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, because I was starting to get a little bit, I think, I don't know. It's ridiculous for the number of guitars I own. If anybody wants to guess how many that is, throw that in the comments. But for my ability and what I do, I and this is just a personal thing, I think I own way too many instruments. So I got rid of one, and the one I got rid of was my not too long ago I got a Gretsch, and like it was the GS 222, the Electromatic. Phenomenal guitar. Again, I got nothing bad to say about it. Played great, sounded great. I recorded a song with it. Check out my original music. I recorded a song on it with it called "What Can I Do?" That with the Les Paul. And anyways, but that thing, I have a rule that if I can't play a show with the guitar, I get rid of it. And that guitar, I couldn't play in a show. And the reason was, it's like a hollow body, and it's sort of not neck dive, but when you put a strap on it, it sat like really horizontal. It didn't sit up like this. It sat flat like this. And then when you're playing it, you're raising the neck, and I'm also kind of pulling it towards me because the fretboard is shifted a little bit this way, kind of like an SG. And as a result, it's like, you know what? I can't see myself comfortably playing this thing. You know, I mean, I need stuff that's really easy to play, you know, stuff that kind of works with me instead of against me. And unfortunately, I had to get rid of it. LP is better than a... yeah, Randall, and welcome, Randall. I should have said hello. Yeah, I used to play with a guy that had like an Hagstrom. Basically, it was like the Hagstrom Les Paul, the Swede. Is that? I guess it was the Swede. Yeah, he had one of those Hagstrom Les Pauls, the Swede, I guess it's called. And I tried it, and it was pretty good. I don't know if it was as good as a Les Paul. I didn't kind of like go back to back between them, but it was a damn good guitar. You know, it was a good guitar. Yeah, it was really good. I'm just this thing, so just a little bit more on this guitar. It's got like a 14-inch radius, but it's a little. There's some meat there, and that roasted maple neck is really, really smooth. There's some meat on it. It's a fast-playing guitar. You can get the action low. The frets are not medium jumbo. They're like large jumbo. So they're like, you know, there's a lot of, if you want to do pull-offs and legato stuff, like, It's all there, right? So yeah, so I haven't. I'll do a video. I mean, I don't even know if I should bother doing a video review of this thing because these have been out for a while, and there's like 100 videos on YouTube on this guitar. Hey Joe, how are you, man? Yeah, happy Saturday night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you got any questions about the guitar or gear in general. I was gonna kind of make this a little bit of a gear focused show, because I don't really do a lot of gear stuff. I mean, apart from posting gear reviews. But yeah, this is I'm still sort of debating. I'm playing an outdoor thing this coming Saturday, and I'm still debating whether or not to use this. I pulled I have an SG that I pulled out of the closet. I hadn't played that in a year, and I cleaned that all up and put new strings on it and took that to last rehearsal. So I'm debating whether or not to use this or that for that gig. It's like like a festival thing that we're doing. So, but I'll be playing a lot. Like it's three sets. So I'll be playing at least 3.5 hours. So I got to get real comfortable on this to make sure I can play that 3 hours on this thing. But I honestly don't see a problem. The only thing I might have an issue with is you probably can't even see these fret markers, but they're like little brass circles, right? Which looks really, really cool. But, you know, at night, or in the night, I shouldn't say that, in a bar in the dark, my eyesight is garbage, and it's getting worse. And if I can't see the frets, I can't play. Again, I'm not a great player at all, as you can probably tell. So, you know, I'm probably going to get, I have dots that you can kind of, the stickers that you can put on. So I may end up doing that yet on this, because I don't know, in case I get lost when I'm playing this, that I can still see. It does have the top fret marks, but you never know. There's GTU, welcome. Yeah. What are you saying? Hello to each other? Cool. Yeah. So any new gear? Any guys buy any new gear lately? I know Mitch got the Roadcaster, which is very cool. I'm rocking the Gigcaster, which has been really, really good. Done already a bunch of live shows with it on YouTube and such. Gonna be probably selling my Scarlet. I got a Scarlet. I don't know what the hell it is now, 2i2 or something, but I'm probably gonna be selling that because I don't see myself using it ever again. If you're just tuning in, by the way, what you're listening to is a Friedman Rent 20. That's all I'm using. No fancy effects, no wah, no nothing. So warts and all, that's what you're hearing. Yeah, that's it there, Mitch. Yeah, it's a 2i2. Yeah, I'm gonna be selling that. I mean, ever since I plugged in the Gigcaster, I've never gone back to it, so I don't know if I ever will, right? Yeah, I don't know if I ever will. Yeah, so let me know if anybody's got any Bonnie gear. Any questions about the channel or anything? Oops. I have a interface for each PC. I guess you do, right? Well, I mean, Mitch, it saves you from plugging shit in and unplugging stuff when you go from one PC to another. So that's kind of cool. How's that go again? You really liking the guitar? Well, I think in the U.S. this probably goes for about $1,000. It's not expensive. Like it's Indonesian, right? But I mean, you tell me an Indonesian guitar that comes with locking tuners, you know, an ebony fretboard, roasted maple neck. You know, the pickups. I didn't mention the pickups. So these are like signature Nick Johnston single coils. I mean, I'm just sitting on the on the humbucker here. But these are signature Nick Johnson pickups, and they sound great. I mean, I can get, I don't know, I don't know if you can get this with all the stratiness of it, but it does the thing. That's it. I forget how it goes. Something like that. Am I able to play a backing track with it? Not at the moment. No, I don't have anything loaded. But it does all the Stratty stuff. And what's nice too is like, so there's the bridge and there's the neck. You know, so you can do all that shit, right? Like, no, I wasn't even... No, that's alright. I was on the wrong pickup. Well, what I was gonna say is they're all balanced, so you can, you don't, you know, one thing with the guitar, when you get a single hum, a lot of times when you go to the bridge, it's like so freaking loud and it kind of kills the, you know, all your other sounds. So you know, you compensate with a boost pedal when you're on the other pickups and whatever. Well, I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to go from and have the same volume. So that's like this one by itself, and that's this one by itself, and they're the same volume. So everything is balanced. So you can, you know, I can pick other pickup, switch to other pickups and still have the same amount of sound, which is very cool. Which Friedman is it? Searching for tone. This is the cheap one. This is the Runt. Runt 20. Yeah, I think this is like the least expensive. It's a cab. A cab. Sorry, it's a head. So you're listening to the head directly through a captor into my Gitcaster. So like you're listening, that's the amp. There's no effects, there's nothing. I'm just using the gain off the amp. And I don't know, I think it sounds fantastic. Especially with this guitar, it sounds really good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The Runt 20 head is really good. I don't take it out as much as I should. I probably will be taking it out. I'm playing, I think next month or early October. I'm playing this really beautiful room. It's got a nice big room, and I probably will take that with the 212. I got a 212 Hughes and Kettner cab. It's the only cab I own. It's got vintage 30s in it, and I'll probably take it there. Even though I'm gonna mic it, it's gonna get mic'd. But I'll probably take it there just because it sounds really good and takes pedals really nice. The Friedman is really sounding good. Yeah, I should use more of the Friedman, eh? I mean, I think the last couple of live streams I was probably using my Marshall. My Marshall, again, it's a DSL Marshall 40 watt. It's not like, you know, the British whatever. What do they make those? I think in Vietnam or something. But I mean, I'm on my third Marshall. Like, I've bought 3 of those things. I've had 3 of them. Like, and this is my third one. Like, so I've been playing so many shows with Marshalls that I have that sound ingrained in my head. You know that, you know, how it reacts to pedals and how it reacts to my playing, and I've done this year, man, because we've done so many outdoor things, and amps get mic'd and stuff, and but I've been using that Marshall for a lot of gigs this year so far. Like, it literally stays in the trunk of my car. Like, I don't take it out of the trunk of my car, like, because the thing weighs a ton, right? Well, what, 60 pounds just about, but the thing sounds amazing. So, I do have a Blues Junior, still got a 12-inch speaker in it. It's only 20 watts, but that 20 watts is enough if I'm playing like a real small place. Then I'll take the Blues Junior, but otherwise it's the Marshall, and if I get a big enough place, then I'll take the Friedman and the Cat. Speaking of gigs, we just got New Year's Eve confirmed for this year, so we're playing New Year's Eve again. And I know it's only August, but offers already coming in for next year. So next year will be another, God willing, if I'm still upright and healthy, I'll be playing some more shows next year. Yeah. I talk a lot about gigs because gigs for me that's the fun part of this whole thing. I record original music. I just put out a song about 2 weeks ago. That's fun, making music and recording and all that. But I don't know. For me, I just love playing in front of a crowd. Even no matter, and I get fucking nervous and edgy and whatever. But if I'm up there and I'm in the moment and I'm trying to like talk myself into actually enjoying what I'm doing, it's actually pretty cool, right? Especially if the tones are good. The last one I did, I had a Les Paul and a Marshall, and that's like, the tone is fucking amazing, and and that will make you sound better than you are, which I need all the help I can get. So there you go, works out. How's it go again? There you go. Yeah, let me know if anybody has any more questions, or otherwise I'm just going to keep noodling here. Questions about the channel, about gear. I do these once a month, whenever I have a free weekend. Yeah, I just want to hang out on a Saturday night. I hope everybody's doing good. Requests, if I can play them, I will, without getting copyright. I've been reading all this about online now. Really clamping down on copyrights. I mean, Rick Beato put out a video, complaining about it, and And then there's been response videos to Rick Beato complaining about it. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, I get it. You know, at the same time, it's like if you play something on your channel and it's being people that are being exposed to your music that wouldn't have been exposed to it otherwise, isn't that a selling feature? It's like it's free advertising. That's the way I look at it. You know, why would you not like that idea? I'd love it if somebody played my shit on their channel. It's the only way my stuff would get played, right? I got on the last one. I don't know what that note is. Yeah. All right, not a lot of questions coming in. It's 9:37. I'll hang out here for another couple of minutes. But he's very quiet this evening. Usually you get a little more chatter happen. Here's a question for you. Is it worth me doing a video on this review? If everybody's already done one? Mitch says yes. What would be nice is if I still had the other guitar to kind of A-B the two of them. But again, I got no beef or faults or whatever with you know, with the Player 2. I think it's great. I wouldn't tell anybody not to get the Player 2. But you know, the advantages to this one, like I said, I mean, you know, the feature-wise, this absolutely blows the Player 2 away. You know, ebony neck, ebony fingerboard, roasted neck, lock-in tuners. The pickups are cool. You still get the Strat thing. And here's a real bonus, too, on these guitars. Look where the jack is. Right? So this can swing. If you, with a Strat, when you got the input jack here, your bar keeps kind of, at least for me, because I like it hanging down like that, keeps getting hooked. Okay, well, searching for tone is interested in it. Mitch Yeaman's interested in it. Dwight Bailey. Yeah, alright, I'll do one. Just go through the, like I said, go through the features quickly. Usually I do a clean and a dirty. A lot of guys do like playing it in a mix, but I don't know if that really, you know, for me when I'm watching a review and a guy's playing it in the mix, I don't really listen to that because, you know, there's probably effects and stuff and shit on the guitar, and I'd rather hear the guitar. Here's one pet peeve of mine: guys that demo guitars and they use a shit ton of gain. Like, okay, I'm hearing how great your gain is, but I'm not hearing your instrument. So I generally, when I do my reviews, and again, you know, I'm just guitar hack, but when I do my reviews, I do like clean, go through all the pickups, you know, maybe a little reverb, maybe. and I kind of do it that way, and then I'll put some dirt on it and kind of leave it at that. Yeah, I think so too. Searching for tone, like if you've got a mix going, and then you're not really hearing the guitar. I think it's better just to play some stuff and nothing fancy, like just even if you play open chords, right? Like you know, uh, nothing fancy, something that kind of just gives you a flavor of what the different pickups, what the possibilities are sound wise, right? That's all I do. The only time I've done a video where I've done, actually, I did one that got a lot of views. I did I did a comparison video with somebody lent me a Harley Benton Les Paul, and don't ask me which one it was. I have no idea. And what I did was I A/B'd that with a real Les Paul, but so I did sort of sound to sound, pickup to pickup, so like you hear them like right back to back. And I was kind of hiding, I with some editing and whatever, I put like monkeys and stuff on it, just weird shit, right? Just to sort of like so that you wouldn't know which one it was. And then I played them both in the mix, and then I had people guess which one was the Harley Benton and which one was the Les Paul. And you know what? It was, from what I remember in the comments, it was like 60-40 people got it wrong, right? Which just goes to show you, like, the Harley Benton was pretty good. Like, I mean, when okay, I should say this. When you're playing it, there's no, I mean, the fretboard, I don't know what the hell it was. It felt like paper. Like, it doesn't feel like wood, right? It felt like paper. So the Les Paul felt way better to play. But tonally wise, it was kind of, almost close, right? Here's Johnny Bean. Welcome, Johnny. Hope everything's good. Yeah. So yeah, but usually, yeah, I don't do things in a mix. It's it kind of defeats the purpose. You become enthralled with the mix and you forget you're trying to pick out a guitar. This is what Charles did on his show last night. I love this song. It's like my favorite Def Leppard song. That's when Def Leppard was still a good band before they got produced to oblivion. Oh, Frank C just bought a Harley Benton? Yeah, I mean that is the only one I've ever played. And, I mean there's better ones obviously, right? The one I played was, yeah. Like I said, the thing that I still remember, like it just was really clunky, the knobs and the switches, and just felt really cheap. But the biggest thing I remember was the fretboard. Like, I mean, I remember looking at the spec for it. It said the fretboard was made out of dark wood. I think what they meant was dark paper. It was weird, And I was saying earlier, so this has got an ebony fretboard, so if you've never played an ebony fretboard, and this is my first ebony fretboard, what I can tell you is that it doesn't feel any different than a rosewood. I don't really notice a difference. The only fretboard that I would, I mean, obviously, I feel a difference between a maple, and I don't think I own any maple fretboards. No, I have one, I think one guitar. Two guitars still have maple. Most of mine are rosewood. But yeah, like if you handed me this and said it was a rosewood fretboard, I wouldn't bat an eye. Like it's just, it feels exactly the same. John Bond, welcome, man. Yeah, so John, just doing a little chat, talking about gear or anything else you want to talk about. Yeah, let me know. Try that again. Yeah, just talking gear and anything you want to questions about the channel. Oh, I should mention I got a show coming up with my two partners in crime, Pete and Martin, and that's going to be on this coming Thursday. We're going to be live at 8 p.m. on Thursday, and I'll give you a little sneak peek. So the topic is our favorite rock bands that went pop. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Our favorite bands that, like rock bands that went pop. So I've got 3 bands in mind, and I'm sure they'll have their own. Well, we're not going to have the same 3. Everybody's going to have a different set of 3, but should be an interesting talk. And the other thing that's going to come out of that is which bands went pop, and it was cool because not every band that goes pop is kind of music. Go down the tubes, or it's not cool, or it doesn't sound good, or it's bad, whatever. Some bands do it and they get away with it because it's still high quality music, and then other bands kind of go down that path and they just like, they lose audience, right? Or they lose you as a fan of the band originally. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about on Thursday. So it should be a really cool show. And if you think about it, I thought, oh man, I can't think of 3 bands that rock bands that went pop. But if you think about it, I bet you off the top of your head, you can think of at least 5 to 10 bands that you grew up with that turned into pop bands over time. I appreciate that. Searching for tone. Yeah, it'll be there. The other show that I did that's still doing quite well is we did one where we picked albums that we love with horrible guitar tone. So even though the guitar tone on the records was terrible, we still loved the record. So that's how good the music was. So that was a show we did. I don't know if it was the last show or the show before. I can't remember. But that one is getting a lot of views, right? So yeah, that's a lot of music talk. But lately the shows we've been doing have been guitar centric, but that's because of me. I'm the bad influence. So let me just show you this thing up real close because I know Mitch said he liked the looks of it. So here's a better view. I'll bring this up close to the camera. Yes, it's a Schecter. Alright, so here's a lock. See, it's got locking tuners on it. Now, the only way you know that that's a signature model is, I don't know if you can see where my finger is there, but that's an engraved signature of Nick Johnston. And that's what's so smart, because people are buying this guitar like crazy, don't know what the hell that is. They're just buying it because it's a really great S style. Can't call it a Strat, S style. But man, I love the look of this. I always wanted an all white Strat, they call this color atomic white. It's kind of an off-white, but it's really cool. And yeah, and I'll be honest, like normally when I get a guitar, You know, I'll play it now and again, even if it's new, right? This thing, I played the shit out of it yesterday. I was looking forward to playing it all day here with you guys. There's something about it. I don't know. Maybe the roasted neck. But it just, and it sounds, you know, like you guys are telling me it sounds great, you know, apart from my playing. But, man, it's just, I don't know. It's just a really, really, really cool instrument. You know? Mitch looks real. Mitch, if you end up getting one of these, I got nothing to do with it. Ain't my fault. You want my brother to do pedals for Guitar 101 for dummies? I only have one wah. Um, well, I don't know what he's got, but John Bond, I've got a shit ton of videos about pedals. You know, essential pedals. One of my videos that's doing really well is 5 essential pedals for a gigging musician, so you could check that out. You know, I think I get into pedal order too. I got a bunch of videos on pedals. I got a bunch of pedal reviews. I got all that stuff. If you go to the playlist gear reviews, yeah, because I've got lots of pedals. I've been through so many fucking pedals. I still have a drawer full of pedals that I don't use anymore. Randy Greer, you feel we'd like it? Yeah. Schecter Nick Johnston. It comes in a single hum. It comes in 3 single coils. I don't work for Schecter. I'm not getting paid by Nick. Okay. It's just something that I wanted to try for a long time, and it is blowing my fucking mind. So there you go. Are you gonna blame me if you get one? Searching for tone. Yeah, I mean it's. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's got a real, like, it's a thin neck. It's thinner than a, but it's thinner. It's thin, but it's wide. But it's not a wizard neck. It's not one of those. I know it's hard, you know, when people are describing necks. It's such a personal thing. But I have played the wizard necks where, like, they're basically flat. This is not that. There's a little bit of a C there, but you know, and I've got the worst guitar player hands possible. I've got no fingers. It's all palm and no fingers, right? Got the hands of a ditch digger, right? But yeah, it's really comfortable, and because it's such a wide radius, you can really drop this action. And my buddy got the action really fucking low, like. Like, I mean, it's just. Still in tune. No, maybe not. I just took the high E out. I just knocked out the high E. Butcher's hands. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, butcher's hands. That's another. Yeah, not good. Not. Wasn't built for playing guitar. I got the. How do I put it? Guitar for me is like. I mean, I have a musical mind, but it's the. What do you call it? The. Putting out that music, because I hear a lot of shit in my head, but there's like maybe 10% of what I hear and what I come up with I can actually execute. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't have the chops to execute what I have in my head. But yeah, I just knocked it out. It's out of tune now. So there you go. Can't be a total whammy beast on this. It's not a Floyd, but you can do subtle things on it. I could definitely do more on this than I could on the Strat, for sure. It's got a Jeff Beck vibe. Yeah, For me, it's all about Hendrix. It's got a Hendrix vibe. And like I said, I'm probably there are inlays, fret markers, but they're like brass circles. So that's probably the one thing I'll do is I'll have to put like I've got these fret marker stickers because if I'm playing on a dark stage, I got to see where I am. I need all the help I can get, right? So I'm probably gonna throw that on there, which will throw off the look a little bit, but because now it looks kind of cool, right? It's like dark, the dark with the white, the contrast. I think it looks really cool. Okay, got a couple minutes left. Let me know if anybody's got any last minute comments or questions. Yeah, so check out this show. It's coming up Thursday. We're going to be talking about our favorite rock bands that went pop. And neck is more narrow than a Squire, though. I've never owned a Squire. And welcome Hunt 36 Solo. I've never owned a Squire. But I can tell you that the two fenders that I currently have, this is a slimmer neck than both. Imagine a I don't know if, again, I don't know if you're familiar with this neck. Imagine like a Slim 60s neck on a Les Paul. If you can imagine that, okay, with just a slightly wider fretboard. Okay, so maybe front to back, it's roughly like a 60s Les Paul with the slightly wider fretboard. So this is a 14 radius. I'm not a shred guy, obviously. I'm not into the wizard necks or any of that. And, I play traditional necks for the most part. My Slim 60s is kind of like my home base. Or like modern C, if you're talking Fender language. But I really get along with this, so. Hey, Alan, how are you, man? 1.63 and some square. Yeah, those measurements, honestly, they're like, they're Greek to me. I don't understand any of that. Yeah, that I can't relate that to what a neck would feel like. Sorry, dude. Yeah. But by popular demand, I will do a review of this guitar at some point whenever I get some time. And I'll post it on the channel. So if anyone is interested, again, I don't work for Schecter. I'm not subsidized by anybody. But yeah, I will do something with this guitar. I'll do a little review with this guitar. And this guitar puts me well over 40 guitars that I've owned or currently own, which is absolutely fucking insane. Yes, I have a problem. Okay. All right. You got a Schecter Sun. Yeah, probably the same. Hun 36. Good. I mean, this is a Schecter. So if you're familiar with Schecter, you know this model. This is the Nick Johnston, right? This has been around for a while. This has been around, I think, probably like 5 or 6 years. I mean, maybe even 10 years. But it's just a real. I had to order it to try it, and I had a Player 2, a Fender that I really liked as well, but I like this better. What YouTube channels you watch a lot guitar? YouTube channels that do strictly guitar stuff that I watch. Not so much nowadays. But if I want to learn stuff, I mean, specifically about pedals, I would my go-to would probably be that pedal show. They've done videos on everything regarding pedals. That would be my biggest resource for that. Um, Guys that just do stuff on guitars, I don't really watch. I'm trying to think, who do I watch that just guitar stuff? Nobody pops into my head at the moment. And he's searching for Tone as in here. He does some good stuff on more less expensive guitars. There's a guy named Jace Allen that does the same sort of thing on less expensive guitars. Um, yeah. I mean, I like watching friends of mine that play guitar and stuff more so than the educational part of it. You've been thinking about getting one of these for a while? Yeah, Han 36 Solo, you can get all the Stratty sounds out of this. I demonstrated that earlier. You can get this nice Stratty sounds out of this. And there's really probably no more flexible instrument than a single hum, right? So you can't. Yeah. Oh, I should mention, I can split this. I can split the bridge pickup by pulling up on the tone knob. So I haven't done that. So that's the humbucker, and then if I split it, believe it or not, that's the single coil by itself. That's a single coil. That's the humbucker. You're fine. You're fine searching for a tone. Heck, do you prefer Gary Moore's rock or blues output, or did you like them both equally? Alan, I came into Gary Moore. I came into Gary Moore from the blues. Still got the blues record. That was my introduction to Gary Moore. So it's like I came into it there, and then I went backwards, right? And then I did a ranking of Gary Moore records not too long ago with Pete, so go check that out. But I think of my top 5, I think 3 of my 5 were his blues records. So I still kind of lean more towards the blues records, but I don't want to give it away in case you watch the show. But my number 1 though was one of his rock records. There's one rock record that he did that it's unbelievable. Actually, there's 2 of them that are really good, but the blues stuff that he did. Now, when he did a Peter Green kind of record where like it was like a tribute to Peter Green. I can't really get into that so much. I like more when he when he the way he does it on Still Got the Blues, that record, and some of the other ones where like it's blues but it's like with like a lot of gain guitar and a lot of screaming notes and fast runs. That's sort of like what I like him doing the best. Yeah, the ebony board and has with the split 2-point trim. Yeah, and I just did a big dive bomb with the trim and I knocked it slightly out of tune. So you can't do Floyd Rose shit with this, but you can do a little. No, like I will knock it out too. That you would do, but I mean, if I wouldn't fully deck it because I think that would knock it out. Do I like Robin Trower? Yes. Yeah, I do like Robin Trower. I'm not really. I mean, of course, the Bridge of Sighs record, the one that everybody knows. I haven't done any deep dives on Robin Trower. I do know just sort of his more well-known stuff. But Robin Trower, for me, when I listen to Robin Trower, the unsung hero, and I forget his name, but the guy who sang and played bass, the vocals on that stuff is really, really good. And I mean, it's Robin Trower, and he gets sort of the spotlight, but the guy who sings on the Robin Trower stuff, and if you know his name, remind me because I can't think of his name, but he was great, you know. Thoughts on Mark Knopfler? Fantastic player. Can't say I'm the biggest Dire Straits fan, but absolutely fantastic player. Really, really, really tasty. You know, I mean, the Sultans of Swing. I mean, all those little fills and things. It's just. But again, like with Dire Straits, it's a band that I haven't really gotten into. I mean, other than the stuff that everybody knows, I'm not a big Mark Knopfler guy. Put a Vega trim in it? Yeah, maybe. James Dewar. That's the guy that sang with Trower? Okay. Yeah, that guy. I mean, the vocals on those, the albums that he's known for, uh, fantastic. James Dewar, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, it's never, I mean, other than, again, the really well known stuff, yeah. What I've been listening to a lot lately, and I did a video the other day, New Discoveries, is right now, I don't know, it's weird. I guess I'm reliving my youth, but I'm going through like a sort of a metal phase right now. And just discovered a band called Medieval Steel. I did a video on them talking about one of the records, Medieval Steel, and the record, funny enough, is called Gods of Steel. But that's like just some really good Judas Priest meets Black Label Society kind of just really great songs with great singing. I'm going to be doing another one of these new discoveries, even though the videos nobody really watches them, but somebody might watch it and discover a new band. The next one I'm going to do is on a band that's been around forever. They're part of the new wave of British heavy metal. The band is called Raven. I'm not going to give the album away, but man, I listened to one of their records recently and I'm like, holy shit, this is really good stuff. So, yeah. But, like blues-wise, blues guitar players, outside of Stevie Ray and Gary Moore, that's really... And I love when Jimmy Page does blues. Like some of my favorite Zeppelin songs are the bluesy stuff. Like, like Since I've Been Loving You and Can't Quit You Baby and all that stuff. Or T for One. Holy shit, I love that stuff. But I mean, I can't listen to outside of those guys. I can't really sit and listen to an album that's just blues. Because, I mean, let's face it, there's not a lot going on there musically. If the guitar playing isn't like blowing your skirt up, then there's really not a lot there. So that's why, guys like Gary Moore and Stevie Ray, yeah, those are the guys for me. Nice guitar. Thanks, man. Have you heard of Status Quo? Yes, I have. Maybe basic, but still very impressive. They were massive. I know all about Status Quo. They were huge. I mean, there's a lot of bands that were huge in the UK. Status Quo, back in the day, Slade. I mean, people know Slade North America because Quiet Riot covered their music, right? But I did listen to a bunch of Slade. I liked a lot of the Slade stuff, actually. I haven't really spent a lot of time listening to Status Quo. It's one of those things like, yeah, I should go and do a deep dive on Status Quo, but I haven't done that yet. Hendrix. Yeah. I've never been a massive Hendrix guy. I know that's an evil thing to say. I do like some Hendrix. I like the stuff. I like the not so much the bluesy stuff that this is weird, but I not so much when he's playing the straight blues stuff. Well, other than Red House. Red House is a fucking masterpiece. But The stuff he did on, like his first couple of records with the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and Are You Experienced, and what was the other one? There was a couple. Bold as Access is Love, right? That one. I have all those records, those early ones. And then he did one after, well, came out. He did one after he passed away. He passed away. There was one that came out when he passed away, and I don't remember the name of it, but it had Angel on it. It had some really good songs on it too. I like when he was doing sort of the more rock stuff actually. Hey Wayne McConnell, how are you? Now everybody's coming in. I've been live for over an hour now. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, let me know if anybody's got any more questions. Yeah, it's never good playing Stevie stuff. I love Stevie, but I could never play that shit. We used to cover this like 100 years ago with a different band. We used to cover Tightrope, and I could actually play that one half decent, but and something like that. I used to do Mary Had a Little Lamb. I can't remember it. Is there? Ellen says, Is there one famous riff if you really wish you had come up with? Oh, there's 1,000 of them. 1,000 of those. Yeah. There's like a million riffs. I mean, I was playing, there's too many to count. There's a lot of them. Where does Rush fall in line with your favorite bands? Rush is probably at times number one. It's in the top. It's always in the top three. Absolutely love Rush. Meant for guitar, like Gibson Les Paul. I like my setup to be low. That's a real personal thing, and welcome, Luxarian. I mean, I'm a 9 guy. I play 9s on everything. What do I recommend? Again, it's a personal thing. I mean, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. For me, I like playing 9 to 42s, because it just makes playing easier. It makes bending strings easier if you're playing a lot, or you're playing gigs and that, and you got to play 3 hours, and you can play the whole night with 9s, and you're not. At least me, I don't have finger fatigue. I can still bend a note after the 3rd hour of playing, that sort of thing. So that's kind of where I sit. I know folks that play 9s on Les Pauls and then switch to 10s on Strat style guitars because of the looser string tension. I never bought into that. I put 9s on everything. So, but it's really something you got to experiment with on your own. I tried 8s, and 8s was like I couldn't do 8s. 8s felt like the guitar was a foreign object. Like I'd never played one before. Shit. No, it was in there somewhere. Passage to Bangkok or Far Eastern Rift. Yeah, it's very cool. West Coast Dave, how often do I play out? I'll probably, if I was to average it out, lately it's been like 3 weekends out of the month. So I'm not playing, just to give you an idea, I'm not playing tonight, but I think I'm playing most of September. Every I get a weekend off a month roughly, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and they're, like I was talking about the whole nines thing. I mean, they're, 3 hours, right? 3 hour shows, or three and a half hours. You're doing about between 45 and 50 songs a night. So it's got to be, I got to make it as easy as possible. It is for me. So all my guitars are nines, low action. I otherwise I can't do, like I can't do those kinds of bends anymore. Like I can't do that shit. I need light strings. I can't do that if I was playing tens all night. All right, hang out here for another few minutes. If anybody's got any more questions or comments, so check out the show on Thursday with Martin and Pete. We're talking about our favorite rock bands that went pop and go from there. How do players know how to tune their guitars for something exotic like a passage? I don't think a passage to Bangkok is an alternate tuning. Kashmir definitely is. I did a video, Alan, my 5 favorite riffs, and I just went from band to band. I did one on Judas Priest, I did one on AC/DC, I did one on Kiss, and I did do one on Led Zeppelin. And 2 of the songs that I did, one of them was Kashmir, and the other one was Dancing Days, because I love, those are like some of my favorite Zeppelin riffs. And they were both alternate tuning. I know one was Dadgad. So these are like alternate tunings, but they've been used for years. So they're kind of like, common, right? Um, one was Dadgad, which means D-A-D, literally what it spells, D-A-D-G-A-D. And then the other one, I don't know if they were both Dadgad. I can't remember now. I did that video so long ago, but it's the first time I've actually because I don't ever do anything outside of standard tuning. And it's the first time I did that, and I had to do that because I wanted to, because part of that video was I didn't just say my 5 favorite riffs. I was dumb enough to say I'm going to play my 5 favorite riffs, so I had to learn the riffs and get away with it, whatever. And so I did those 2 songs, Kashmir and Dancing Days. So yeah, but how they learn it, I mean, a lot of these tunings are already in existence. And what a lot of guys do, and I totally understand, is they'll put a guitar in a different tuning so that when you're playing the guitar, like your fingerings are going to be, like your chords are going to be different, your fingerings are going to be different. And it's like it's a whole new instrument. So it's like a whole new canvas to, come up with new ideas, playing wise, because you'll play things that you would normally play in standard tuning. So I totally get that reasoning for doing it. Alan, it's the song that's in standard tuning. Yeah, I think Bangkok is in standard tuning. I'm still trying to find what's best or what I like. I'm using 10 to 15 Mega Slinky. 10 and a half. My friend gave me. Thanks for the. Yeah, so I don't know what stage you're at and you're playing Luxarian, but if you're finding that your fingers are getting tired, I don't know if you're at the stage where you're bending and stuff, but it's more of a note bending thing because the thicker gauge strings, it takes more physical strength to bend the notes. So it's not so much if you're just, like Like if you're just playing single notes, it's more the bending. So if you want to bend easier, then you want to go with a lighter gauge. But again, that's something you got to decide on your own. Like 10.5 for me would kill me. Certain notes give you kind of an yeah. Well, there's Indian scales, right? West Coast Dave. You know, I mean, most guitar players are playing stuff that comes out of the you know, like the Western diatonic scales. So they're 8 notes, right? Or you know, major, minor, whatever, and then modal. At the end of the day, it's the same notes. It's just, you know, with different roots and such. But there are exotic scales that you can use. You know, there's, you know, Ingve is famous for harmonic minor scales, which I couldn't tell you what they are to begin with. But anyways, but yeah, there are different scales that you can use. Yeah. You know. You know, stuff like that, like which is doesn't that's not a scale. Like your no combinations that can evoke different kind of, you know, whatever. How's that how's that Offspring song go? I can't remember. There's an Offspring song that uses na 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 na. I can't remember it now. I used to play it. It's the come out and play riff. Da na 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 na. Anyways, whatever. But yeah. All right. Lexarian, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. Yeah, folks, if you're still in here, you put up with me this long, hit the thumbs up. So I got a little video here I'm gonna play. This was a gig that I did when I was probably 10 pounds lighter and I had more hair. And it's a cover of a Pat Benatar song, and it was a show that we did for a cancer fundraiser. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I hope everybody has a good rest of your evening and a good rest of your weekend. And hopefully I'll see you all on Thursday at 8 o'clock for my live show with Pete and Martin. So check this out. Have a good evening, folks. Take care.
A heartbreaker.